Chevy. Victoire Pisa is one of 3 Japanese hopes in this race. He won the Arima Kinen last time out when he beat Buena Vista. That is top class form over in Japan, and he's not without a chance at all. 7 is the first string on jockey bookings anyway for the yard of Mike de Kock Musia. He was last year's UAE Derby winner. He's a very good horse. We know condition suits him, although the trip is a little bit of a question mark. It might be a fraction too far for him. Gaetano Hernando has had a lovely preparation into the race for trainer Marco Botti. He was a very, very good third behind Twice Over last time out. He won't be far away, and he was 6th in the race last year. Transcend comes here off the back of a Japan Cup Dirt and a February Stakes double. He's another who will run well up with the pace. He's a lovely horse. He's got a gorgeous attitude. That's how he goes about his work, and I hope he'll run well. 10 is Poet's Voice. Well, the way things are going for Frankie Dettori, he cannot be discounted. He's a smashing horse. He was a winner of the QE2 at the top level in the UK, and he'll get this trip. He'll be ridden to get the trip. Richards and Richards here then. Richard Mullen on board Richards Kid, who ran in this race last year. Not disgraced at all on that occasion, but he's got a fair bit to do today and a lot of improvement to find on his last run. Here's the favourite, Twice Over. He's not much of a horse to look at, as you can tell. He's very ordinary, but he has a bundle of talent, and he's bidding to become the 4th horse to win the 3rd round of the Maximum Challenge and then the Dubai World Cup, and he's bidding to become only the 2nd English trained winner of the race. This is my selection. I shall stick with him. Golden Sword has the track record over this course and distance. He's a very good horse, as he showed when he was 5th in an Epsom Derby a couple of years ago. Kevin Shea, so unlucky last year, would be a popular winner. This is a bonny little horse who only got into the race when Bold Silvano was ruled out.
Well, if you've got a camera on you and you're down around the parade ring, I thoroughly recommend you come here and take a picture, because there aren't many times you see the parade ring here at Meydan as full as it is, and it is a beautiful sight of the people and the horses who just are almost overshadowed by the amount of people here. It is brilliant to be here, and as I said, it's a privilege to be broadcasting on what is the world's richest race as the horses make their way out towards the course for this fantastic race over the 2,000 metres. And Musia's gone past me now. Gio Ponti's just about to go through, along with Buena Vista for Ryan Moore, and she's a lovely little filly, Buena Vista. There's Fly Down, you can see here, for Julien Laperoux, finished 5th behind Giant Oak last time, but it's got very good form, notably in the Breeders' Cup Classic itself, when it finished in 3rd, beaten 3.5 lengths behind Blaine. That is brilliant form, and there's no reason to suggest why Nick Zito's runner can't certainly give his rivals something to think about. Look at that, that is what I'm talking about. Very, very busy. Everybody wants to get in on a piece of the action, and there's nothing that I can say who doesn't look well, apart from, if I had to be very critical, I would just say that Gaetano Hernando just looks a little bit dry in his coat. But he still looks well in himself, and he's moving nicely around the parade ring. Jason, it's the race we've been waiting for since November almost. It's finally here. Where do you want to start? Let's talk about the horses in shot. Fly Down, you know, you cannot discount them.
You could say it's a race I've been waiting for since this night last year when Musia won the UAE Derby, because I remember saying that I think this is next year's World Cup winner. It's got no horse has ever won that UAE Derby and come on to win this, but I still fancy him to go very, very close this year. And there is the Roll of Honour, and there's some great winners there. They've got the colours of Curl in there, well armed, the last one at Nado Schuber, and of course that amazing freeway photo last year at Gloria de Campo.
That's number 2, Monterosso, who's got the white cap of Godolphin for Mahmoud Al-Zaruni. 3 is Prince Bishop, another son of Dubawi here, got the red cap, finished 5th behind Twice Over in the final leg. Then we had a look at Kate Blanco, who's in behind there. Favourite for many people to win this. Well beaten in the Arc de Triomphe last time, but has beaten the likes of Twice Over previously. That's a look at Golden Sword, number 14. Gio Ponti has the green colours here, ran in this race last year. Gaetano Hernando sports the colours numbers of Ramzan Kadyrov for the first time, of course, previously in the ownership of Team Valor.
He was walking around like an old hack until Johnny Murtagh got on him. He's suddenly woken up. Gitano Hernando, he obviously knows what he's here for. He's tracking through there. It's Mercier just in front of him, isn't it? One of two in the race for Mike de Kock. Mike's not had a winner yet tonight. He's never won this race, so perhaps it is his turn at last.
Can Frankie Dettori get another win on the board? Apparently there's no concerns at all about Poet's Voice getting the trip, but he is of course on this surface for the first time.
Well, I think he'll definitely stay as long as he can get him covered up and settled. When he ran at Newmarket, he just was very, very keen, wasn't he? And it's quite amazing, you're talking about the breeding operations of Prince Khalid Abdullah earlier and Sheikh Mohammed. To have three sons of Dubawi in a World Cup field is absolutely phenomenal.
And the World Cup itself is just past me now, and I wonder who will be collecting that the next time it's taken off a podium. It could be one of any of the 14 connections here.
Just to clarify, somebody was carrying it.
Yeah, yes, it wasn't in midair. I mean, Jason, I know you're always a fan of Moussia. He won the UAE Derby last year. He's another horse that people are just sort of overlooking.
Yeah, absolutely. He wasn't primed to run over 2,000 metres, is how I'm going to look at it on Mactoom Challenge 3, Super Thursday. They're expecting a 1,600 metre run there. He was last-minute substitute then for Bob Savano, as his Golden Sword this time. Poor old Golden Sword did get the subject of a Ford Focus about 6 weeks ago as a potential Dubai World Cup hopeful, so that's probably put the mockers on him as well. But I do think he's got a really good draw in 14 of 14. Golden Sword's to be quite hopeful there.
That's one of the three Japanese runners. Transcend.
Probably their least likely winner. So Buena Vista, I think, has to be their main hope. There's no doubt about that. She is a very, very classy individual. Top class. We saw she wasn't beaten far at all by Daremi last year. And that's interesting, isn't it? Moussia there, Christophe Suman on the course, who knows Buena Vista well.
He certainly does, and he's sort of had quite a few highs and lows on her.
I almost didn't recognise her without that yellow hood, Buena Vista.
It's a lovely filly though. She ran the Shima Classic last year. She was placed in that, and if she would have run in that race, she would have been odds on for it. Would she have beaten Rewilding?
Don't know, but very good performance. Mercier does look, he's a little bit warm there actually, Mercier, isn't he? Again, a tiny bit warm under there, but yeah, it's a very, very good open renewal, I think, of the Dubai World Cup. Kate Blanco obviously is a classy performer. Poet's Voice is, and we're going to see the sort of the real carnival form, like the likes of Golden Sword, last year's Carnival's Mercier, or twice over.
Now I'd like to know, Jason, I'm going to put you on the spot, how many in the last sort of 5 or 6 years, how many World Cup meetings have gone by without a Mike de Kock winner?
I think there was in one, and they are very few and far between, certainly, like we alluded to earlier, didn't we? Frankie Dettori drew a blank last year. I'm sure if you said to Mike at the start of the night you can only win one, which one do you want to win?
And this is the race he's never won, so you never know, it could be another first. There's Kate Blanco. Laura,
very
getting
warm,
a bit warm.
Very warm. He was the last to arrive of these runners, and I got the impression from speaking to Rupert Bell this morning, who spoke to Aidan O'Brien, that he was wishing he'd brought the horse earlier, although the good run of Master of Hounds early on would suggest that he's got their preparation right.
And it was the same Thursday morning as well, Kate Blanco, but actually got very, very warm on that occasion as well.
That's the trip they'll be racing over. It's going to be a great spectacle for everybody on course here today. And it's, as I said to Jason, the race we've all been waiting for. For me, Laura, he's a negative. He didn't even look like he was really striding out. He looked sort of quite sort of choppy, and he's not. He doesn't look spectacular, does he? He doesn't look like he's ready to win a World Cup.
No, he doesn't, but I'm not going to underestimate Aidan O'Brien. The way things are going tonight, you've got to give Twice Over a massive chance. He's the most sensible suggestion I think I can make as to what's going to win this, but I can't desert my boy Golden Sword, even though Jason's also quite keen on him.
Yeah, okay, there are people who are trying to find their best position to view the race. I'm sure they'll be wanting to get the best possible position to see these 14 high calibre horses race around this Tapeta surface here at Meydan. Beautiful aerial shot.